Well, well, well. Shopping for a car?
Yep, Carvana made financing a car as smooth as can be.
Oh, yeah?
I got pre-qualified instantly and had real terms personalized just for me.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
Well, I got to browse thousands of car options on Carvana, all within my budget.
Doesn't get much smoother than that.
It does. I actually wanted a car that seemed out of my range, but I was able to add a cosigner and found my dream car.
It doesn't get much...
Oh, it gets smoother. It's getting delivered tomorrow.
Visit Carvana.com or download the app to get pre-qualified today.
Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
And now welcome into the Foul Pole to Foul Pole podcast, brought to you by Black Diamond Softball and Fitness.
Hey, welcome into the podcast. This is Tyler with Black Diamond Softball and Fitness, and I appreciate you guys joining me today. Today I want to get into the TaxAct Clearwater Invitational. This is sort of turned into the kickoff party, if you will, for the college softball season. This year it's going to be happening February 16th through the 19th, and they're kicking it off 10 a.m. Oklahoma State versus Texas A&M. What a great matchup. Both teams kind of left a little bit to be desired, if you will. The season didn't end exactly how they either team wanted to, so I know they're looking to jump out there, get on the field, play some competition, kind of knock the rust off, and get going. So if you don't know about the Clearwater Invitational, there's a ton of teams, a ton of competition. Show up in Clearwater and just get it on. You got teams, like I said, Oklahoma State, Texas A&M. At 1 o'clock on the same day, you've got Duke versus Alabama. You're going to have Florida State and Arizona. That's the first day kicking it off. And then Friday, you've got matchups like Indiana, Mississippi State. You've got UCF and Michigan. You even got Arkansas versus Duke. It's incredible matchups at the beginning of the season. Go ahead and kind of see where you're at, see where these freshmen are, see the girls that are coming back from injury, looking at your transfers. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, you're getting thrown into the fire. So I know everyone's excited for this. They're going to wrap up the weekend of competition with some big time matchups. You're going to have Florida State and Alabama finishing everything up on Sunday, as well as Mississippi State and UCF. So UCLA is coming out, Nebraska's coming out, South Florida will be there, of course. So there's just a ton of competition. I can't wait. Personally, I cannot wait to get back into it. I hope to have some of these players and some of these coaches on the podcast this year. I'm looking really forward to getting out there and talking with these players and figuring out what it's like going through this stuff, so we can relay this information back to some of these PSAs. I mean, some of the girls that you have right now on your teams and some of your daughters will be playing in this event in a couple years. And if you'd like to go to this event, there are still tickets on sale. I mean, we're just over a month away, so tickets are still on sale. I think they're still on sale. I think they're like $35 a ticket. You can go to any game that's going on. You don't have to buy a specific ticket for a specific game. A lot of different stuff going on. It is presented by Evo Shield. So, of course, they're going to have their products there, their new lines of products. They're going to have their older stuff that we've come used to, testing out products. There's a lot more vendors going to be there. That schedule really hasn't been released as far as what vendors are going to be there and what they're going to be doing and how long they're going to be there. But I know from years past, this event is incredible. It's college softball. We're finally back. Like I said, we're just like a little over a month away. So with that being said, I do want to get into a little bit more of a serious note when it comes to college softball and the recruiting and stuff like that. Recruiting changes, it seems, almost by the month now. Different tips, different tricks, different ways to get exposure and different things. But the old ways will always remain. We post this stuff on social media and we think we're doing all we need to do. Or we're making these phone calls and we're thinking we're doing what we need to do. The easiest way to get in front of a college coach or get in communication with a college coach is to email them. Let them know you're interested in them. They want to feel like you want them just as much as you want them to want you. They want you to want them. If that sounds, you understand what I'm saying. But it's those emails and getting to their camps. Over the last probably 2 years, we've been putting all this effort into these showcase events. Well, when you've got a showcase event with 30 teams or so and a bunch of different fields are spread out, you got different age groups, you got different things going on, half the time players haven't reached out to these coaches and let them know, this is my schedule, this is who we're playing, this is the position I'm playing, this is where I'm batting in the lineup. Coaches need to know that information. So if you're not giving them that information, they don't know how to find you. They don't know where to find you. So you've got to create the dialogue in the beginning, and it's got to be months out, not just sending them a tweet or adding them on Twitter or hitting them up on Facebook or Instagram or wherever you hit them up at. They see so much of it. Twitter is flooded with that. I'm going to get into Twitter here in just a minute, but if you want direct contact with that coach, send them an email. They may or may not respond to that first or second one. Send them that email. Let them know, hey, I'm looking forward to coming to a camp. I see we got a camp whatever day. That's it. Get into their inbox, because eventually they're going to clean out their inbox and they'll get to it on their time. If you do call them and you don't get them right away, they're busy. There's you times 1,000. So their phone is ringing constantly, and they also have a life. So we want to give them the opportunity to get back to us on their time. So you start thinking about the timing of everything. I've only got X amount of days or X amount of weeks before I've got to make a decision. So we need to start this pattern and start this process sooner rather than later. Go ahead and make your list of 30 schools or 20 schools or 15 schools. There's no rule to, okay, I have to have 25 schools. Or I have to have 2 dream schools or 5 dream schools or whatever. Make your list. Your recruiting process is unique to you, just like your thumbprint. There are sort of guidelines that work because it's kind of like keeping up with the Joneses, as far as we have to do what the colleges are doing so that we kind of fit in with them. We don't want to be an outlier to where all we do is send a text message or something where they're only one sending a text message as the initial contact, because it's not going to work. They're not going to respond to that. But if you can send them an email, maybe with a Google Doc in there that has some clips, some short videos, at least so they know what they can kind of put a face with it or put a body with the name, and then go, okay, cool. If they like it, then there could be a response that's, hey, whatever, however they want to respond to you. But we have to start it somewhere. And then from there, we go with the sort of the flow of traffic, if you will. If they respond well, they like you, they want to see more videos of you, more highlights, make them short, send them to them so they can click on them whenever they want to. Also, there is a few websites and resources to where you can upload your information and you can see when coaches look at your information. I'm not going to plug that, but you know the ones that are out there. If you want that information, definitely hit me up and I can help you set that up. I'm not sponsored or affiliated with any of them, so they don't pay me to say their name, so I'm not going to say their name. But there are websites out there that will help you with that. There are also programs and services out there that you can pay, and they will tell you this exact same information that I'm telling you. Are they better than me at what they do? Absolutely. They've been doing it a lot longer. But you're also paying for that. You can shoot your own videos, grab your own highlights, type up your own emails, and send them to the coaches. They would rather have that than have to go through some service, another third party, or a middleman to get to you. Also, use your coaches. Use your travel coaches. They have a network. Use your high school softball coaches. They have a network. A lot of times they want to go through, depending on your age and your graduating year, they want to go through your coach to be able to talk to you. It's just proper. It's just how things are done. So we want to go through this. We want to look good. We want to do it the right way. And also, coaches want to see personality. We are splitting hairs here when it comes to talent. I mean, there's not a huge gap anymore from the top of the D1 food chain to the middle to the bottom of the D1 food chain, even into D2 and D3. A lot of it comes down to, timing and the person. They want to, maybe they went to this school because of the academic program or whatever. Could come down to money. There's a lot of different things. But talent-wise, we have tightened up the talent pool. So when you get to camps, when you are in shooting your emails, or you do after the conversation has started via email or a phone call, and you do start tagging them on Twitter, and they actually do see it and they do pay attention to it, show them some of your personality. They don't want just the robot softball player. Trust me, I'm telling you. I talk to them. They don't want a robot. They want to know who you are, what you're like, what's your interest, what you don't like. The type of people that you hang out with, what you do for fun, your hobbies, this type of stuff. They want to know you as a player, because you're about, if they pull the trigger on you and make the decision, say, hey, yeah, we want her, they're going to spend a whole bunch of time with you. And they don't want to spend time with robots. They want real people. If you look at these girls that are in the dugouts and in the clubhouses and stuff, 99% of them are full of energy and a joy to be around. So don't have this mundane attitude when you talk to them and you're scared and you're a robot. They want to see, something funny. I can't eat Arby's because I don't like roast beef, or I'm the one person that doesn't like Chick-fil-A, or I listen to classical music when I do my homework, or I drive my dad's 1989 Pinto. Something that's going to help them remember you by. Have some personality. That's a part of it. So I know we kind of jumped off on a tangent there as far as the recruiting and stuff goes, but I did want to talk about Twitter before we got out of here on this one. Everybody seems to be posting highlights and videos of your practice, or you're hitting off your tee work, or you're working with this hitting coach, or you're working on this and doing this. It's looked at two different ways. There are some that say the reason why you post it is because the only time you're doing it. So you post, hey, I got to practice in today, first time in 3 weeks. I'm not going to let them know that. But here's my video of me hitting a few balls off the tee. Especially if you're tagging coaches, collegiate coaches. It could be looked at that way. Another thing is, back when COVID shut everything down, there was no way for coaches to get out. There was nobody to see because nobody was playing. There was these showcase events were they were limited there for a little while, or for a long while for a lot of us. So we were trying to figure out ways to get the most bang for our buck, to get the most exposure. So we could figure out a way to post our stuff on Twitter, to cast a broad net, to get the most coaches to look at our material. And that's what we were doing. Well, now you have these younger generations that were 10s and 12s and 14Us that during that COVID time wasn't putting anything out there because it wasn't going to do any good, because they couldn't get looked at. They weren't getting recruited and stuff like that. So now they see, and coaches see, all this traffic on Twitter. Well, Susie's doing it, so I got to post my videos. I got to post my highlights. Some grainy footage from a camera that's strapped to a fence behind the backstop at a dark game, and you can't see who made that play out there in center field, or even if she made that play in center field. But that's you, so you send that video. The coach can't see it. They have no idea. And then they get flooded with it. They're tagged in all this stuff. So we start using these other pages on Twitter to retweet our stuff. And it's just like hitting the lottery if a coach finds you on Twitter. Now, there could be those ones that stand out and they go, man, I got to talk to this girl. I wonder what her interest is in us. Okay. So on Twitter, you can keep doing it, but have the right mindset when it comes to what am I going to get out of posting this stuff on Twitter. I like to see it. I love to see girls working. Other people like to see girls working. I could pick up a drill, or another girl could see something and go, I'm going to start doing this. I like how she's doing this. I want to start doing this as well. That works that way. But if you're doing it just in the hopes that your dream school head coach sees you and you woo him or her, and all of a sudden now you think your phone's going to blow up or your social media is going to blow up and they're going to pull out all the stops for you to get there. It doesn't happen that way. So use Twitter the right way. Get yourself out there, get exposure. Putting your highlights and stuff out there. It's not that hard. Like if you're going to send this highlight email to a coach, by all means, post it to your social media, because at the end of the day, you're a brand. You're building your brand. This stuff is a part of your brand. Your highlight clips are your brand. Just like when you post something on your social media or your TikTok or your Instagram or your Facebook, all of that goes into your brand. Just as much as your GPA is your brand, how you treat people is your brand, how you give back to the community is your brand. All of this stuff is your brand. Okay? The tip of the spear on your brand for someone that doesn't know who you are is just a click away. So the tip of your spear is either your Twitter, your TikTok, all your social medias. That's the tip of the spear. So if they see something they don't like, you've erased your name from the list on a list that you may not have even been on to begin with. They could just scroll right on past it. And it may not be nothing personal. That's the thing. It may not even be anything personal that takes you off that list. It's some terrible footage from a grainy video that we can't see. Or it's a TikTok dance that you probably shouldn't be doing. Because at the end of the day, your brand has to fit inside that coach's brand. And that brand has to fit inside of the school's brand. And we all know if we shed any bad light on a school or put a black eye on a school, they're not going to have us there. We have to represent that school with integrity. So be careful what you're putting out there on Twitter. Make sure you have the right mindset when it comes to how to use Twitter as far as recruiting goes. Because it's not doing what a lot of you think it's doing. But email, you can call the school, try to figure out, you can take a shot every once in a while or every day, call at different times to get a hold of that coach. Say, hey coach, I want to get out there to a camp. Do that. Open up that line of communication. Don't rely on them seeing your social media post because they have lives too. And a lot of them stay away from social media because it's so cloudy. The water is muddy. So, if you haven't gone over to YouTube yet, check us out. We're over on YouTube, youtube.com/Black Diamond Softball Fitness. It's over there. Also on Facebook, Black Diamond Softball Fitness on Facebook. If you want to follow us on Twitter, that's BD Softball Fit on Twitter and Instagram as well, BD Softball Fit. You can find us over there. I do appreciate all the support from my mom. We did lose her on January 1st. And a lot of you know that the Black Diamond Softball and Fitness scholarship was going to be launched this spring. We were going to do that for some local area students here. Small scholarships, maybe just to cover books or a class or expenses or whatever. My family, we have kind of shifted gears just a little bit, and we are actually going to do the Vicky Black Memorial Scholarship. My mom's name was Vicky. So we're going to do the scholarship in her name. Myself and my family, my dad, my sisters, and our spouses are also starting a foundation. It will be the Beach Frog Mimi Foundation. It'll be a 503c. It'll be a charity, so it'll all be tax deductible. We're going to take any of the monies that is raised and put it towards a good cause. Whether it's building these pop-up libraries, donating a park bench, donating books, donating coats, whatever we can do in the community here where I'm at in South Carolina, we're going to try to do that the best we can because my mom tried to help out as many people as she could. She had the biggest heart. That's where I get my heart from, is my mom and my dad. So I want to take her name and her legacy and who she was as a person and continue to give back to the communities. And the hopes are with these scholarships that a student athlete or just a student in general, doesn't have to be an athlete, but a student will take this and with their degree that they earned, where we may have helped out with books or whatever they use a scholarship for, Maybe they turn into a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a scientist or whatever their future has in store for them. And some way, somehow, when they impact someone in their future, my mom has a little piece of that. So that's the whole thing in a nutshell. It takes a little bit of time to get this thing off the ground. Granted, we are just a couple of weeks past her passing, so everything's still kind of raw, still kind of fresh. We do miss her every day like crazy. But if you would like to donate to her foundation or give to the foundation, reach me on all of the social medias. You can send me a message. My information is out there. Please do so, and we'll make sure you get taken care of. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. I do appreciate you guys stopping by the Foul Pole to Foul Pole podcast. If you know someone that would like this type of stuff, they like the softball conversation, they like the softball content, please, man, share it with a friend. And when you do, make sure you tell them you love them.
It is Ryan here, and I have a question for you. What do you do when you win? Like, are you a fist pumper, a woohooer, a hand clapper, a high fiver? I kind of like the high five, but if you want to hone in on those winning moves, check out Chumba Casino. At ChumbaCasino.com, choose from hundreds of social casino-style games for your chance to redeem serious cash prizes. There are new game releases weekly, plus free daily bonuses. So don't wait. Start having the most fun ever at ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products, because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Bakers, fresh for everyone.